Our official photographer that's here is from the State Archive. They'll be taken for history, but we will be placing these on a Flickr account or something like that with Ben Helly. So keep in mind we will be taking a lot of photographs that you can use. So.
sure, but that's not, you want this. You want that. Nope, this is, yep.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, we're going to be formal. I won't ask you all to say good morning back. Governor Inslee, distinguished members of the Electoral College, and honored guests, I'm delighted to honor you or to welcome you to the beautiful state reception room at the state capitol for this grand occasion. It's been a very long and interesting political cycle this year in Washington and across the country. Today, we are here gathering the Electoral College as we mark the culmination of our voting for President and Vice President. The vote here was 54-38 for Secretary Clinton. So that means 12 electors today who are Democrats were elected by their party peers at convention will actually elect the President of the United States. Many people are tuning into the whole idea of the Electoral College this year, possibly for the first time. Intuitively, many people may assume the popular vote winner is the one that gets elected, like we elect the governor or a U.S. senator. The founders decided on the Electoral College process, basically a winner-take-all by state. It was a compromise between Congress voting on the president and vice president by a popular vote by citizens. The Electoral College was established as another check and balance on the Constitution. It was designed by the founders to incentivize the smaller populated states to join and remain in the Union. The framers set up the Electoral College to ensure the minority was not overrun by the majority. It guarantees that smaller states are not overrun by the larger states in the election of the president and the vice president. It's much like the U.S. Senate balances and is a check against the House in our Congress. All states in the Senate are equal, regardless of population. In the Electoral College, each state gets electors equal to the number of U.S. senators and representatives. For Washington, that's currently 12. Today, electors are meeting at their state capitals across the country at high noon, just like we're doing, and it takes 270 electoral votes to elect our next president and vice president. Our electors will fill out their ballots for president and vice president. Each document, six copies of each document will be sent to Congress and to the state and national archives. President Joe Biden, as the president of the Senate, let me say that again. Vice President Joe Biden, as president of the Senate, will preside over a joint session of Congress on January 6th, where the votes of the Electoral College are counted and the new president is inaugurated on January 20th. This is the 32nd gathering of the Washington Electoral College. Back in 1892, you may be interested to know, when the state was barely 3 years old, our votes went to Benjamin Harrison over Grover Cleveland. Think about that. This is kind of history repeating itself. Cleveland won the national election. We had 4 electoral votes that year. Harrison, who had signed our statehood papers, had been elected in 1888 by the Electoral College majority, but with Cleveland winning the majority of the popular votes, sort of like today. So today we take part in a rich tradition that is as old as the Republic itself. It is now my honor to introduce our state's governor, Jay Inslee, to make some remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Wyman. Today marks our state's final step in the presidential election as it is currently constituted, and I'm here to welcome you to the Capitol. I want to thank the electors for your service, and I want to thank everyone who's come to our state's Capitol today to be part of this process. So to our electors, thank you, and with that, I'd like to turn this back to Secretary Wyman.
Thank you. All right, and now I don't want to say that I'm having trouble staying on the script already, but I sort of forgot the most important thing we should start the meeting with. I'd like to lead everyone in the Pledge of Allegiance, so would you all please stand? All right, and please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Now, in compliance with federal law, in front of you are the numbers of votes cast by the voters of the state of Washington. For each slate of electors for presidential and vice presidential candidates that appeared on the general election ballot. This certificate of ascertainment establishes that the Democratic Party candidates carried the state, and it is the Democratic Party's electors who should be present in the room today. I will now call the roll of electors. When you hear your name, please indicate by saying present. Elizabeth Caldwell. Present. Dan Carpita. Here. That's okay. That's okay. Peter Shalafilo. Oh, Peter, I apologize.
That's all right.
Say it again.
Shafalo.
Shafalo. I tried to make it too difficult.
No, present.
Thank you. Levi Guerra.
Present.
Eric Hurdy.
Present.
Riley Ivy.
Present.
Esther John.
Present.
Julie Johnson.
Present.
Barisha Khan.
Present.
Chris Porter.
Present.
Robert Sakayakam.
Here.
And Philip Tyler.
Present.
All right. We have no vacancies in the College of Electors today. The electors seated here are individuals named on the certificate of ascertainment. So now the electors must select from amongst themselves a chairperson to lead the college in the conduct and certification of the balloting for the offices of President and Vice President of the United States. Are there any nominations from the floor? Okay, we have a nomination for Riley Ivy. Sorry. Do I have any other nominations?
I think we've already ruled, man. We've already elected.
No, you need to do that here.
I nominate Julie Johnson.
Okay, so we have a nomination for Julie Johnson.
I nominate Chris Porter.
We have a nomination for Chris Porter.
Brett Shafalo.
Shishfalo?
That's me.
Okay, yes.
Peter.
Okay, any more, Peter, yes, any more nominations? Do we have any more nominations? Any more nominations? Okay, now I didn't actually take notes in this very formal, proper setting here. Just a moment. All right. Need a majority to elect the chair. Okay. And we also had Riley. Okay, the nominations for chairman are closed, and the nominations for chair are Riley Ivy, excuse me, I'm sorry, Riley. Peter, and now I'm just stressing too much, Shafalo, Chris Porter, and Julie Johnson. And for this vote, we need a plurality to select a chairman. All right, so for each candidate, I will call the name, and please raise your hand, and then we will tally the votes. First, Riley Ivy. We have one vote. It says Brett here, I can't read the writing. Peter Chafalo. We have three votes. Three votes. Chris Porter. 1, 2. 2 votes. And Julie Johnson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Julie Johnson. That's it. 6. Okay, so now I'd like to invite the new chairman, Julie Johnson, to this.
Well, welcome everyone. It's so good to have all of you here, and thank you for voting for me. And I just feel that it's an honor for each one of us to be here. And first of all, I'm Julie Johnson. I'm a Lummi Indian. I'm the chair of the Native American Caucus Committee for the Washington State Democrats. And before we start, I'd like to have a little blessing. Would you be so kind, please? Thank you. Hajkasiyam, thank you, dear one. And now And now I ask my fellow electors to take out the ballots for the office of the President of the United States. The President of the United States. Please print your name and your choice for the President. Sign your name on the line below, and we'll collect them from you. Is this mine? Okay. Pen doesn't work. Okay, okay. And now Heather and, who's it? You got, okay. Here you go. Okay, all right. So these young ladies will count, and then they'll hand it to me, and then I'll double check it, okay? Okay. Colin Power, Faith Spotted Eagle, Colin Power, Colin Power. Hillary Clinton, 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 Hillary Clinton. Thank you. Okay, next. Please take your ballots out to vote for the Vice President of the United States. The Vice President of the United States. Write your name, the Vice President's name, and sign it. Oh, you don't want me to do it? Oh, you do. Okay. After I'm done. Okay. Okay. Are you done? Okay, you want to collect the ballots, please? Shall I give a speech while they're counting? Oh, well. I tell you, I cannot sing. I just want to just thank you for all of you for being here today, for being interested in supporting our government. I think it's so important. Are there any veterans in here? All the veterans, raise your hands. All right. Okay, I'm going to say the names and we'll count them. Then we'll give an official report. The first one is for Elizabeth Warren, Susan Collins, Maria Cantwell, Winona LeDuc, Tim Kaine, 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 Tim Kaine. And now, would the young ladies tell me how many people voted for Hillary? Would you like to give, why don't you go ahead and give that report? Who is going to do that? Or you want to tally it up then? Okay.
So it should be 8 for Tim Kaine,
Okay, 8 for Tim Kaine, 1 for Elizabeth Warren, 1 for Susan Collins, 1 for Senator Maria Cantwell, and 1 for Winona Duke. Okay? And okay. Okay, we have 8 for Hillary. Here. 1 for Faith Spotted Eagle. Okay, I'll announce the rest when they get them tallied up, okay? And so now, so what will happen is the Secretary for the State of Washington will compile all of that and prepare it for mailing to Washington, D.C. And they have certain rules that have to be followed, so she'll follow all those rules. Won't you? I will. Okay. So, let's see, we've signed them all. So I believe we followed every single rule and law there is to electing the next President of the United States. Okay, we have the minutes? Okay. So we announced. Now we pause, so we're going to take about a 5-minute break to make sure that all the votes are tallied. So you have about 5 minutes, okay, you guys? Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I've been doing all right.
We're not done. We're not done. You just have a break.
Support that way, and
I told them they have a break. Okay.
commotion going on back here, so I had to race back here, which is right in the safe house before they until after the election, so kind of put it back together. You know, got more friends, people I know, so like we're adjusting. Yeah, that was a moment there, boy. That was like 2 real straight games, like Congress, so right? And that was crazy. Yeah, that was just long. That was long. Not between American people, in the same party like that, you know. So the snipers, you know, crosshairs of snipers like that, when you look at it, nothing getting out, it's like, what do you call them? The cops are beating me up, you know, every word like that. It was just all wrong. You could have clocked out, they like,
business being there. Ability show, you know. Of course, your forward herd back there, you know, you could get wrapped up in it. It's just a drug, you know, the whole thing. You did the same way for some birdie. I thought you could have done for a long time. You just don't do that when you draw a line. You know, these guys are the enemies. That's what we're treating them bad. On my effect. On the way home, I went there. We drained that place. We literally drained that place. We walked out into the media tent. That's what we were under. We walked out to go to Wells Fargo and everything. Yeah. So excuse me. Like I was talking to my wife.
Hey. I'm trying to get Dave. Dave. So it was really unclear. We were really unclear. Confused on the town. We only counted 11 votes.
There was that tribal person's name. Yeah. There's 3 for Collinsville. 3 for Collinsville, 1 for Collinsville. Yeah. And 8 for I counted it. That guy's name, I didn't catch the actual name. Yeah. I'll see if I can find the spelling of that. Yeah. So it's 4 faithless electors and 8
After it's all done, who's going to talk about it?
Secretary Eastwood.
Didn't read that.
How many we got for each one. So it turns out we have about
Yeah.
I know it.
we're going to give you
That's what I was thinking down.
Okay.
normally there's only one of each.
Okay. I know. All right.
But there's a question about this is the tally part here.
I know it. I thought when I was reading it out loud, I thought I was doing that. So, well, let me get everyone back together. Yeah, I think it's 8. Okay, everybody, let's get back together. Okay, break time is over, and we have a lot to do. I'm going to ask each one of the lectors while we're still tallying the votes to say a few words. So I'm going to go around the table, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and maybe a minute, to say why you ran as electoral, you know, what your commitment is, and how you feel about today, whatever you want to say. But just don't give a long speech, okay? Okay. So, pardon? So I'm going to start at this end of the table. So I want you to introduce yourself, say what district you're from, who you're representing, your name. And that's because she's so pretty, right? Yeah. All right.
My name is Levi Guerin. I am the elector from the 4th Congressional District. I would like to take a moment to thank all of you guys for attending today. But most importantly, I would like to point out how many people are here and how amazing that is. For the first time in a long time, we have people sitting down and paying attention to the Electoral College. We're having people sitting down, questioning the process and going out and learning. I ask those who are here today and those who are watching and those who are listening, do not forget this. Continue learning. Continue going out and educating yourself on our policies and how the Electoral College is run, and go out and learn more about how every part of our government is run. Do not forget this, and don't let the momentum that we have here today die. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Chris Porter. I'm the elector from the 7th Congressional District. In 2008, I sat in this very room as an alternate elector. There were 12 people in the gallery, and I think 10 of which were alternates. This is democracy in action. I've never had so many people ask me, what's with this Electoral College? How did this thing come about? Is this something new? And I'm just further energized by the attention that it's getting, the return to, I think, a greater citizenship and understanding how our government works. I love this democracy in action, and it is incumbent upon each and every one of us to keep it going. We just can't stop today because it goes on.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Eric Hurdy. I am the elector elected from the 10th Congressional District, and I would really like to be able to say in the future that I was part of the last Electoral College that did anything relevant.
Robert?
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Satayek. I'm an elector from the 10th Congressional District, delegate. I never asked. Never asked for this. I never ran for it. I never held my hand up for it. Never stood in line for it. Never accepted the nomination. Never gave a speech for it. Yeah, where is democracy? So anyway, I was elected to do this, like I was elected to be the delegate. I did that job, fulfilled it, and I'm fulfilling my responsibility and what I was elected to do here today in a good way. I want to thank the woman who nominated me, my beautiful elder, Patsy Whitefoot. I asked her, why did you do this to me? She said, because of who you are, because of how you carry yourself, how you ceremony, because of your mettle, your character, your content, and your integrity. That's why I nominated you, son. That's why I nominated you. So do a good job in a good way. So I'm trying to do that here today in a good way. I hope. Thank you for allowing me to say a few good words today. I hope.
Thank you, Robert.
So my name is Elizabeth Caldwell. I'm a lifelong Washington resident. As you can see from my bald head, I have cancer. It's terminal. I'm not likely to see the next presidential election. And so I wanted to be here to be part of history. I'm proud to cast my vote for the first woman to receive presidential elector votes, Hillary Clinton. I believe that America is ready for a woman president, and I believe that Hillary is somebody who cares deeply. She met a friend of mine who has the same kind of cancer as me, and she sat down with my friend, Hillary sat down with my friend and talked to her for an hour about cancer policy, about ways to help keep me and my friends alive. And that's something that I don't see Donald Trump doing. So I'm proud to be here to cast my vote as a Democrat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Varisha Khan. I am the elector from the 1st Congressional District of Washington State. I am a journalism and political science student at the University of Washington. And my drive to become an elector came from my parents, who taught me the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's teaching, which is that both women and men should pursue high levels of education and give back to society. And based on that teaching, that Islamic teaching, I ran to become an elector. And I sit here today, representative of American Muslims who have been severely impacted by this election and who do have hopes and dreams for the betterment of our future. And so if there's one thing that I could say to American Muslim children that are sitting at home, it's that you can have an impact. It's that when you get involved and when you stand up for your rights, you can have an impact. And that goes for so many people that have been impacted by this election. And I think that it's our responsibility now going forward to make sure that we do everything we possibly can to make sure that America is great. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Riley Ivey. I am from the 3rd Congressional District. I was elected at the Congressional District Caucus. And I believe I'm the first transgender elector in the country. I might be the second, but I ran for election as an elector totally on a whim. I heard it was an option to run at the caucus, so I ran. The runner-up, he got alternate, and he tried to get lawyers involved to get me to back down from being an elector. It was kind of crazy, really. Yeah. But I'm glad to be here today. I almost wasn't here today. My train was over an hour late getting into the station.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I can't speak for 1 minute. I can't even introduce myself in a minute. My name is Dan Carpita.